who was brave enough to sign up for LastPass since our last our meeting? No one? Oh no.
And
Elaine? Not even you, Elaine? All right.
And Joe, I was going to let you know, I just posted the recording on Monday, so
okay.
I'm sure some people want to give it a second go around, a little refresher course before they jump into it. So, but I don't know if I even spread that news yet. So the recording is on the website, guys, if you want to watch it again and
so do you feel like it'd still be beneficial to move forward with MFA, or do you want to wait and maybe we can just talk about some general security practices and hygiene? It's up to you, Kevin.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. And you can still, I mean, if you want to like explain multi-factor authentication, if you have something you can like show. Sure. I know we've talked about it a little bit, but
sure.
You can explain that. And then if you have anything else that you think would be helpful, that's great. And then we're scheduled until 11, so if they have anything else they want to cover, I can stay on with them when you leave.
Okay. And everybody see my
yep. I just got a notice that Barnes and Noble got breached.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Big bookstore.
I see that in my feeds. Ah, interesting. Well, I mean, it's almost becoming the standard these days. I mean, it's very difficult to secure information because the bad actor out there is getting smarter and smarter. You know, they're always one step at the head of the game. You know, us security practitioners like to be proactive as much as we can, but we're more reactive than anything, just because you know, they're constantly finding new ways to get in. You know, it's like I always think of it as like a boat with a bunch of holes in it. You know, you try to patch up a hole and there's another sprung leak, and it's very challenging. So yeah, thank you for that information, Elaine. That's interesting. Hopefully, so note if anybody has any accounts on Barnes and Noble, it'd probably be a good time to change your password right now.
I think they said when I heard it, it said that it was not the you know, your card was not card numbers, and that was not stolen.
Right. Right. It's I'll have to.
But they may know what books you bought.
Mm.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So so just note that if you do happen to have a company that's been breached, I would definitely it's their responsibility to notify you if you are a customer of theirs. But if your payment card has been compromised, it'd probably be a good idea to contact your financial institution or a credit card company and have that swapped out. I know it's kind of a pain in the butt, but it's in your best interest because credit card numbers, they get sold for anywhere from 25 cents to 50 cents a piece. Sometimes a lot of 100 of them for about $1. It's really cheap. And thank God that we have the checks and balances and the security measures in place that credit card companies put in place. Like, I think, was it you, Elaine? One of you said that you got notified that your credit card may have been compromised because you were doing some fast shopping or something like that.
Yeah, that was me. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's just one way of the credit card company to put specific security measures in place to prevent fraud. So in the event that you have a merchant or a company that you have a card on file that used a card, and you know for a fact that the credit cards have been compromised, it's in your best interest to go ahead and change that card out. Now, you most likely probably have an account with them, and if you do find out that that company has a security breach, definitely change your password as soon as you can, especially if your password is being used multiple times, or that same password is being used in other accounts, which you shouldn't be doing in the first place.
email they sent said to change your password.
Right.
They advised it.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. That's exactly what you're supposed to be doing. And good rule of thumb is 14 characters or more. And I know it's really hard to remember a 14 character password or passphrase. We talked about passphrases like sentences. That's where password vault like LastPass comes into play, where you don't have to remember that. You just have to remember one password or passphrase. So can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
All right. So this is really, really, really simple. So let me recap what MFA is, or also known as multi-factor authentication. You also probably have seen it out there as called two-step verification, 2SV, or two-factor authentication, 2FA. They all are synonymous into one thing. It's multi-factor authentication, meaning that you have to have at least two things to authenticate into a system. And those two things could be password, it could be a PIN, it could be a push to a phone, we touched it the last time for your LastPass authenticator. Once you type in your password, it will then send a push to your mobile device, and you either hit red X or green check mark to approve. It also could be something that you are, and that is also, that's a quiz question. So what do you think could be something that you are? Kevin, I'm looking at you. Even though you're up there on my other screen.
Yeah.
Anybody know what
thumbprint or your face
there you go.
recognition?
Very good. Excellent. Yeah, it's something that you are as a biometric. So your face, fingerprints, retina scan. So that's another thing. So it's always something you have, something you are, and something you know. So something you know is a password, something you are is fingerprint, facial recognition, retina, whatever. And something you have could be like your phone where it has the push notification and you just select yes, or it could be what we call a security token. I don't know if everybody can see this. This is a little, it's like we call it a fob, kind of like a fob for your key for your car. And all I have to do is just push this button right here, and it will give me a 6-digit code, just like it would do on your phone. So if I don't have my phone, this is my backup. All right, so that's what MFA is. MFA is very crucial to securing your accounts, because a bad actor could have gain access to your account by a weak password, or the company got breached like Barnes & Noble, and now they have all those people's passwords. They can get in to their account. Now, God forbid, that's just a bookstore. Imagine what a bad actor can do in your financial institution, or Medicare, Medicaid access, or your medical records, something like that. That's definitely, you don't want that to happen. So to help combat unauthorized access, we would want to institute multi-factor authentication or two-factor authentication. So we have something we know, like the password. So if that were to get compromised, the bad actor would definitely need to have that second form of authentication. And that's usually your mobile device or a key fob, but in this case, it'll be your mobile device. So in the event your credentials get compromised, they're not going to get into your accounts unless they got your mobile device to get that second factor of authentication. So does anybody have any questions about MFA or 2FA? Remember, there's going to be a quiz at the end of the meeting.
I'll write it down.
Smart. Okay, so once you log into your LastPass, this is brand new, so I don't have any of my, this is just a test account. But once you log into LastPass, what you do is you go down here to account settings. And then you go up here, and the second tab is multi-factor options. Hold on a second. Before we move into that, I want you all to know this is just as critical, if not more important. See down here, it says SMS. This is your text, your texting. SMS is texting. Account recovery. Make sure you put your phone in there. In the event that you lose your password, or for some crazy reason you just can't remember your password to get into LastPass, you can recover that by putting your phone number in there, and it will text you a code to be able to get in so you can change that password. So you're not completely locked out, because I can't imagine how, distraught I would be if I couldn't get into my LastPass account, where I keep literally close to 100 different passwords in there and sensitive information like my driver's license. I have a copy of my driver's license in there, my passport, all that stuff. So in the event that my phone gets stolen or lost, I should still be able to access this from another device. So that being said, make sure you update or put your phone number in there just as a contingency. So once you get into account settings here, you'll see on the second tab is multi-factor options. You'll see there's quite a number of various different multi-factor options in here. We're just going to concentrate on the first one, which is the LastPass Authenticator. Now, before you do this, you'll need to go to your Apple Store or your Google Play and download the LastPass Authenticator and put that on your phone. And once that's on your phone, then you can come back to the account settings here. And what we're going to do is we're going to click on this little pencil over here where it says edit. And it's really, really simple to set up. So we're going to enable it by doing this little drop down to yes. And we're going to permit offline access. Yes, that's fine. And we're going to hit update. Now it's going to ask me for my password just to make sure that it is me who I'm enabling this, because this is something very important feature to add to your account. So I'm going to put in our password. Hit continue. All right, so now you're going to get a screen where it says you want to, or click to enroll. And this is where you want to grab your phone. Actually, let me grab my other phone, because one phone is not enough for me. I have that too. Just like it's the same philosophy as the monitors. All right. Let me log in this real quick. Hold on 1 second. By the way, happy Friday. I didn't say it at the very beginning. It's my
Same to you.
Happy Friday.
Okay, so I'm in. So you'll see that this is my LastPass Authenticator app. You'll see there's lots of accounts on there. Sorry, it's kind of hard to see. So we're going to click enroll. And now we're going to set up mobile app. So this is where we kind of jump the gun a little bit. It's going to tell you, go to your Apple Store or Google Play and download this app. I'm going to click next. All right. Does anybody know what this is?
Fingerprint.
What's this box right here? What's that called?
What's it called?
Scan?
That's the one that you scan with your phone or something?
Right. Do you know what
QR
it's
code?
QR code. Oh, you're on fire, Elaine. Very good. QR code. QR code. Very
I
good.
do those. I like them.
They make life a lot easier. Those who are venturing out to, say, to a restaurant, you may have noticed that some restaurants don't do the menus anymore. So they'll have a little QR code on the table, or they'll bring you a piece of paper and you scan the QR code with your phone, and their menu should come up on your phone to limit contact everybody touching
Ah.
it. So it's something that restaurants are starting to do to help limit the transmission of COVID or any other ickies out there.
Do you have to have an app for that QR phone, or does your picture automatically pick it up, or a photo automatically pick that up?
Great question. You do have to have a QR code scanner. The easiest thing to do is to go to your Apple Store or to the Google Play and type in QR code scanner. And I would just peruse through there and look for like the highest rating, the highest stars. And usually the ones that the most people download are probably the safest. You know, some of them might have some ads built in, but good question, Debbie. Yes, you do need to download a QR code scanner to do that. But you don't need to use it. You don't need to download a QR scanner for LastPass.
Okay, now I'm looking at my Samsung phone, and I, went down from the top down, and I have right on my, I guess where the Bluetooth is and auto rotate and some of airplane mode, I actually have something that says scan QR code
Oh, sweet.
already there. So is that, so do I tap on that and then that's how I scan it?
So what app is this? I'm sorry.
I'm on a Samsung Galaxy.
Okay.
And I pulled down just where you have some of the Bluetooth and the airplane mode and sound, and I have a little one that says scan QR code.
Okay, so it looks like it's already built in on your phone. The newer phones.
Okay, so it's built in.
Yes, if you click on that, Debbie, it should bring up your camera with like a little box around it, so where you can then hold your phone up to the box.
Yeah, it actually even says scan QR codes with your camera.
Yep.
Now you can point your camera at the QR codes to add contacts or web page or calendar events and more.
Perfect. Yes, then that's built in. For those that don't have a built-in app, it seems like the newer phones may have that built in.
Yeah, I think they do. I have an iPhone 10 and I just pull up my camera and scan the code and it brings.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I have an iPhone 6, so I'm way behind the times.
I think I might have done that once and I didn't know how it happened. It was just like it happened and I'm like, oh, okay, but I didn't know how I did it.
Yep. That's like Joe was talking about with restaurants. That was my first experience. I was like, so what do? I pulled up my camera and it just, boom, a link popped up. I was like, oh my God, that's it? That's all I do?
What was that?
It was exactly, I don't know what I touched to get it to do that.
Yeah.
Well, then you don't have to download. That's one less app that you have to worry about. Awesome.
Yep.
I was reading a book and it had the QR code, and when you took the picture of it, you got a video of what you were reading.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
they do that too.
Awesome. That is awesome.
And actually in the school districts too, the school districts, part of the online learning, a lot of school districts have tablets now assigned to the kids. And they do the same thing to where if they're reading something, they can scan the QR code with their tablet and watch a video or, a specific information will populate up for that, whatever they're reading or whatever they're working on. It's really cool.
It's good.
I got really creative. So I don't know if you know now, I'm a veteran, disabled veteran. I started my own nonprofit, veteran nonprofit called Joint Forces Veterans Alliance. And if you look on my business card, you'll see that the American flag has a QR code that they can scan, and it goes to our website. So you can get really creative with these QR codes. All right, back to the LastPass QR code because I'm running out of time here. I want to make sure that I'm answering any questions that anyone may have. So I'm opening up my my LastPass authenticator, and I'm going to click on see a little plus symbol right down in the bottom right-hand corner there. I'm going to click on that guy, and I'm going to say scan barcode. I'm going to scan the barcode. Boom. Now it created brand new. You can probably see at the very bottom there. LastPass, it created this entry right here. So now I can set up text messages just in the event that for some crazy reason, the LastPass authenticator is not working. I can set up my text message to make sure this is kind of a backup in the event that LastPass authenticator does not work. Click next. Make sure you put a 1 in there because it won't work if you don't put a 1 in there. So now you see my text message there just popped up with my code that I need to get and plug in there just for verification purposes. So 682930, finish, and now activate. All done. Simple as that.
Very cool. And I, just so you know, guys, I'll post the recording for this too, so you can watch it as many times as you need as a refresher.
And you'll see it's enabled now. As you see on the accounts settings here, enabled. So now, let's just test this out. So I'm going to go and log out. I'll show you how easy this really is when you log into your LastPass. So I'm going to log in to LastPass. So, health.com, and I'm just going to cut and paste my cat Fluffy is a fur ball password. Note to self: don't share your passwords. This is just for educational purposes only. Only share your passwords to trusted people, family, friends. We're going to log in. So now I'm going to get an authentication request, and it's going to look like this. All I have to do is click that guy right there. Voila. Now you look at my screen, I'm in. Simple as that.
Awesome.
That's called a push. Now, one quick thing real quick. I'm going to log back out. I'll log back in. In the event that your, obviously I can't chew bubble gum, tap my head and tummy at the same time and talk. In the event that it does not send you a push on your LastPass authenticator, no worries. See right here where it says passcode. Close that LastPass here so I can show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm going to scroll all the way down because I have a bunch of these. You see at the very, very bottom, what number is that? 618070?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
618070. Authenticate. Done. You're in. Now, please keep in mind, every 60 seconds or so, this token, this number will change. So when you see this little little circle over here start turning red, maybe just wait maybe 5 seconds before it shifts, and then get the new number, because you may not be able to type it in quick enough before it cycles to the next code. So that's MFA. Does anybody have any questions, comments, concerns?
I don't think so. You made it look really easy.
No, I'm trying to think. If someone has your phone, can't they get into your LastPass then?
Potentially, yes. So that's one thing that you need to do if your mobile device ever were to be compromised, being stolen or lost. One of the main things that I would do, I would first contact your service provider and tell them to lock out that phone as quick as possible. And then maybe second or third step, I would then go and log in, find a computer and log into, I can show you about backup codes and whatnot. Obviously it's hard because you can't do a text message because you don't have your phone anymore. But the first and foremost, you need to contact your cellular provider and tell them to lock that phone.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
and that will prevent them from getting it. And then at that time, if you're at the phone store, if you're at the mobile, your cellular provider, I would probably go ahead and start getting your new phone set up. And as soon as you get your new phone set up, then you should be able to go to LastPass and do that emergency text where it'll text you your code. Get in there and change your password as soon as possible. And then you can re-enroll like we just did. We can re-enroll your MFA in your new phones. That means downloading the MFA, or excuse me, the LastPass Authenticator, and then going through the same steps we did here. And then you should be back to normal, somewhat back to normal. But yes, good question, Barbara.
How easy is it for someone to, well, like my phone is, I have to use my fingerprint.
Okay.
If it doesn't take that, then there's a pass pin.
Right.
How easy is it for them to figure that out?
Well, one thing I like about biometrics, they're great because there's a convenience factor there. However, it's not the most secure. We'll use Kevin's example just a little while ago. He was using facial recognition, and for some reason, the facial recognition was not working, probably because he didn't put his makeup on correctly. I don't know. You didn't do your hair right, Kevin.
That could have been.
He's got a hat on.
I know, yeah.
So one thing that I don't like about the fingerprints is that, and God forbid this ever were to happen, someone could render you unconscious and just put your finger on the phone, right? And then go in there and change it to whatever they want, whatever pin they want. So I use a different finger. I'm not gonna tell you which finger I use, but I use a different finger because if a bad actor were to take your phone or render you unconscious, and he or she is trying to put your finger to the phone and it's not working, most likely people know it's your index finger, right? Or your thumb, right? I don't do the index finger or the thumb. I do a different finger. So you can also set up your phone, Barbara, to where you can do a fingerprint, I think, as well as a pin, but that can be kind of cumbersome, and user experience kind of goes down the hill that way. I never use, well, let me say I never. I don't use the fingerprint to get into the phone. I can use the fingerprint to access various different apps, but I have to have the phone unlocked first. So just one thing to consider. If you want to use the biometric finger reader or fingerprint reader, use a different finger.
Yeah.
Okay, Joe, I
Well,
was just a little
It was
confused.
still
You
take,
said,
no,
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Barbara.
it would still take either my fingerprint or a pin.
Correct. Yeah.
So they could still use the pin. I mean, how easy is it for them to figure that out?
Right. As long as it's a 6-digit or more pin, you're okay. Don't ever do 4-digit. I don't think they even allow 4 digits anymore, at least in newer phones. But
Oh, they do, because that's what I'm using.
Oh, you're using 4-digit? Oh, yeah. I would
was
definitely
thinking
use
that's
a 6-digit.
all that they wanted,
Because it's
but
harder.
I don't
It's so easy for them to crack a 4-digit pin.
Okay.
They're smart. The bad guys are very
Sick.
smart. So, Debbie, what was your question?
I was asking, I didn't catch it. You don't use any you don't lock your phone, and then you just lock the individual apps that deal with money or whatever requires.
No, I lock my phone. Actually, my phone locks after 5 minutes. I set my lock to do every 5 minutes. So I was talking about is that I don't use the fingerprint to get into the phone, but there's certain apps that allow me to use the fingerprint. So I can just put the fingerprint while the phone is unlocked, not to unlock the phone. But I mean, I can enable the fingerprint if I want to, but I just use a different finger. And I think that's really just the key, because if an assailant wants to render you unconscious and steal your phone, he or she is going to try desperately to try to unlock that phone, and they're going to try to get your thumb or your index finger, and they're going to be hurt. They're going to be scrambling because they don't want to get caught. I think the last thing they're going to do is try to check all your fingers, unless they're really determined. So, any other questions? I got to get going here in just a minute, but any other questions or concerns?
No,
I
one,
have a comment. Last night Cox Cable went down and guess what? No computer for 5 hours.
Uh-oh.
5
So
hours.
you couldn't game for 5 hours, Elaine?
No, I don't game. I don't
Oh,
game. But we thought, oh, maybe 5-10 minutes. Well, it just kept going and
right.
that was
Do
it.
you remember the option, Elaine, to hotspot off your phone?
I don't have the super phones. I have a dumb flip phone that doesn't do anything.
It doesn't do the hotspot? Okay,
Yeah.
no worries. If
Yeah.
you have a smartphone, that is one thing to consider, is that if your primary internet were to go out for a substantial amount of time, you can always use your phone and turn it to hotspot, or what we call tethering. And you can use, as long as you have a laptop or a device, or a computer, usually laptops, some desktops have it, but you can connect to that phone like it were just to be a Wi-Fi.
Because I had to pay a bill by, I think it was, the following day. And I thought, what if it's still out?
Yeah, well then, I guess maybe borrow a friend's computer that is in a different area that's not affected.
At 2 a.m.
Yeah, just call them up.
Hey, help me.
You up?
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Or you're
All
lucky,
right,
it's
well,
just 5 hours.
That's it for me. I apologize for running way early, but you're in great hands. Kevin will definitely take care of you. And I wish everyone a happy and safe weekend, and hopefully we'll see you next week.
Okay.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it.
No worries. All right, take care.
You too.
All right, bye.
Bye.
I can then
He
share. Gotta stop the share first.
tricked us. He's not leaving.
Yeah, no.
Don't talk about him.
Yeah, I
There
gotta
he
wait till
goes.
he's gone before we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, he's gone. He's gone. Oh, and just so you guys know, in case anyone does have Face ID set up on their iPhone, I know why mine disabled. It's because, and this is probably common with people, but I kept looking at it with my mask on. You know, how we all have to like wear masks now to be safe for COVID, and I just looked at it like maybe 3 or 4 times in a row, and it didn't recognize my face, so it disabled it and said, oh, your Face ID's been disabled. Someone's been trying to get into your phone. So it is really secure. I think you just have to remember things like that you're wearing a mask. Because I think I've done it with sunglasses on too, and it's like, oh, we don't recognize your face. We don't recognize your face. So then I had to take my sunglasses off. So that's what happened with mine, is I looked at it too many times with my face mask on, and then it disabled it. Which is good. It's doing what it's supposed to. It didn't recognize my face, so it like disabled the Face ID feature, which all I had to do was just enter my passcode as a backup. So, but yeah, I don't know if anyone has an iPhone or uses Face ID, but that's just something that I need to remember now, is not to look at it while I'm wearing my face mask. But yeah, that's what happened with mine. And then Rosalinda, I wanted to let you know, I sent you some information on troubleshooting your audio issues. It seems to be kind of a common thing right now. I don't know if something is going on with Zoom. Here, I can share, because you said it gets like, has it done it on this meeting at all? Like you said, it gets kind of garbled as the meeting goes on?
Yeah, on my, can you hear me?
I can.
Because I lost, I lost everything in my screen right now. It just says Zoom, but yeah, it always happened on the other laptop.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, I can share my screen just to show you like some of the things I was looking at real quick. 1 second.
I can't see anything, so I don't know what's going
Linda,
on.
if you tap the icon down in the taskbar, you'll get it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little Zoom icon.
Okay.
The little blue video.
Yeah, with the white.
Hey, Paul.
Help!
I'm gonna hire Elaine.
I know. I need to call my husband. Nope, it's not doing anything in here. So I think I need to get out and I don't know.
Do you, so
But
like, do you have like a taskbar at the bottom of your computer that shows like your applications and I think you just need to find the Zoom application if you click on it.
Tap in a blank spot on the screen.
I think I just tapped the like the chat thing, but
We see you real good.
Yeah, we can see you.
yeah, they can see me, they can hear me, but
Let's see.
Hi, husband.
You know what
I don't know what we're
I did
doing.
at first when that happened was I just went back to my email and clicked that join again.
oh,
Yeah,
okay, maybe I should. Oh,
Good.
And
That's
then
a
it
good
came
idea,
back.
Barbara.
yeah, maybe I should get out and go back to my email.
It's definitely a good suggestion. If you're not seeing the Zoom
Oh, there,
icon,
I'm back.
perfect.
My God,
Great.
You
So
remember
this,
what you did?
I just click on the X one. I thought I'm getting off, but
but it brought it back.
yeah, it brought it
Okay.
back.
I love it. So yeah, this what I'm showing you right now is it's not going to really like solve your issue. I just wanted to kind of share that you're not the only one experiencing. So I don't know if it's like something going on with Zoom, but I keep looking at a bunch of help articles, and I sent you the most common fixes for the issues you're having. So I would take a look at what I sent you, see if you know, if that fixes your issue. But it does appear that you're not the only one having it. Like this person says, what recommendation do you have for garbled audio? My Wi-Fi is so strong, so that's not the problem. Zoom needs to find a solution. So it could be just like a Zoom. Maybe they need to run a release and update the app. But this is the whole point of me doing this, just to show you that you're not the only one experiencing that issue. There's a whole discussion forum on it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So that being said, I sent you some really good articles. I sent you an attachment with some screenshots of what people did to fix it on their end.
Okay.
So give it a shot. If you have trouble, you can email me and I can try to walk you through it. But I think that should solve your issue.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. And also, like I said, I did post the recording from last session last Friday with Joe about LastPass. So if you want to watch it as a refresher, you can, and then I'll post the one from today. If you guys want to set up the multi-factor, you know, it's really what you guys are comfortable with. But it's, you know, I'll post the recordings on there, and you can find them on the on-demand video section, which I can show you that real quick, I guess, if we need a refresher on that. Okay, let's share my screen again. Okay. So all your lovely faces over here on the right. But here we have the website. So if you go to virtual community and then just scroll down here where it says missed a featured event. Here, I'll minimize this. Missed a featured event, no problem. Click here to access our featured events on-demand library. So if you go down here, you can see I posted the video from last week, password security. That's just kind of going over LastPass. And then I posted the one, this is where the photography and yoga videos go as well. I know I've showed you guys this before, but just as a refresher, this is where I'm going to post any of my recordings too. So again, virtual community, and then this big long blue bar, and then you can get those videos. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right. So is there anything else in the next, I guess we got about 15 more minutes scheduled here. Anything else you guys wanted to cover, or anything you want to chat about?
Did Joe tell us last time about how to tether to the phone?
I think he mentioned it, but I don't believe he walked through how to do it. Let me write that down. That's something that we can cover next time. I like that. because I think he just talked about how it's an option, but I don't think he really went into it. So that's a good point, Barbara. All right. Anything else?
Last week or the week before, Joe talked about the Wi-Fi, and twice we lost our Wi-Fi overnight.
Oh.
And then I tried different things, and sometimes I forget what I did to put it on the last time, so now I write everything down. But I like the way he explained how there's interference, and I think that's what we had, interference, actually.
Yes.
And one time our garage door was going up and down because the neighbor down the street was, doing something with his. So it's strange. We always said they were gremlins, but I think it's interference.
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, I mean, that happens a lot with where the Wi-Fi you'll just lose connection and then it'll like kind of disappear and then come back after some time. Is that what it?
And the suggestions they give you are ridiculous because it's so involved, and go into your registry if you have another computer and do this and do that. I just pulled plugs out, put them back in, and it came back on about a half hour later.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That's my first thing if I'm having weird issues, like even like for audio issues sometimes, Rosalinda, I will just restart my computer, and a lot of times it fixes things. I think when you don't restart your computer for a while, like it doesn't, because when you restart it, a lot of times it automatically updates a lot of things that are supposed to update. And if you don't do that for a while, then you might have a bunch of applications you're using that just haven't been updated yet. Because when you restart your computer, it does it automatically. So I'd recommend just every now and then restarting your computer, and I do that as well if I lose Wi-Fi connection. I'll just restart my computer, give it a few, and then usually it comes back. Sometimes, like we had last week at my house, there was an outage in my whole neighborhood for Wi-Fi. So I couldn't do anything at work. I was trying to figure it out, and then I ended up finding out that the whole entire neighborhood lost Wi-Fi for like 2 hours. It was a long time. So those things happen. I think that's kind of the tricky part with using a wireless, internet connection option. But yeah, just got to kind of try the things that we know, which are like you did, unplug things, plug them back in, restart, hope it comes back. And sometimes you can call your provider just to ask, and then they can let you know, oh, there actually is an outage. And then you know that there's nothing wrong. It's just there's an outage.
Yeah.
But it does get confusing. I definitely understand that. And I have 2 roommates and we all work from home. So I think sometimes we like overload the Wi-Fi. So I'll get a little message that says poor internet connection. And I think it's just because we have, me and my 2 roommates, their girlfriends, and everybody's using the Wi-Fi on different devices. And it just kind of slows things down.
Yeah. I guess Debbie left, huh?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know if she lost connection or if she had something to do. Or
she was kind of doing this and then she left.
Okay.
Oh.
I didn't see her. Yeah, okay. Yeah, usually she sends me like a little chat, says she has to leave, but that's cool. No worries.
Well, I was wondering because I was curious where she found that on her phone, because I think we have the same phone, and I'm not seeing that.
It might be.
Scanner.
So from the sound of it, she said it was like, do you know how to get to where like your airplane mode is? It might just be
Yeah, right. Well, that's where I was looking in the settings. That's
okay.
in my settings.
Gotcha. Yeah, she made it sound like it was just all
the way down.
Well, in my airplane mode and all that, that's in connections.
Okay. And Bluetooth is there too?
There's nothing in there. I'll
I can
check it out.
And I can also.
I've got a thing right on here that says mobile hotspot and tethering.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Now you know.
Yeah.
So you have that
already. Not what I was looking for, but it's
that's so cool. I don't think I have that on mine.
I'll have to check that out, see what that does.
And
That's what
Debbie,
happens when you get on the internet, right? You're looking for one thing and you see something else. Oh, well, let me check that one.
exactly. You
4 hours later.
you've probably seen it like 100 times, and then now we talk about it, and you're like, oh, I know what that is now.
Yeah.
And Debbie actually, she emails me quite often. So if you want me to, I can ask her how she got to that on her phone, and then I can pass it along to you, and then that way you
Okay, if I get a chance, I've got
Okay.
too many new things right now that I've got to.
can. Okay.
I can only handle so many new things at one time.
Yeah, she usually emails me like before the meeting to let me know if she's going to be late. She emailed me this morning. So if you want me to, let me know. You have my email, so you can just reach out. Say, hey, Kevin, would you mind asking Debbie how she got to that? And I can ask her for you for sure.
Okay, well, go ahead and do that. I would appreciate that. Go
Okay,
ahead.
yeah, absolutely. I will email her right now.
My daughter and son-in-law came in unexpectedly last week, which is
Oh,
here on Monday. But anyway, in the process, since they were here, they talked me into getting an Echo Show. So that has arrived. So that's another new thing I've got to figure out how to set up and how to, how to do all that.
okay, I'll research Echo Show, and I'll see if
Well,
I
he
can help
sent
you.
me, my son-in-law sent me stuff on it. So I think I'm okay on
Great.
that. But,
I love it.
What does it do, Barbara? Barbara, what
I'm
does
sorry.
it do?
well, you know what the Echo is, or Siri, Apple stuff.
It's like
Um,
Alexa
okay.
or yeah.
Alexa, it's Alexa.
Mhm.
Okay.
But it's also a screen. So you can talk to anybody that has that, just like a phone,
Very cool.
And we play games a lot on the internet, and they live in Ohio. So we've been using tablets so we can talk, because you can't play the game on the computer and see each other,
Yeah.
And so they kind of talked me into buying this. And so at least she has it, and their friends have it, and my granddaughter has it. So, we can all,
Might as well.
and you can, I think as many people as you want can get on there.
Uh-huh. Oh,
Yeah.
Maybe
I'm
a
in-
limit, I don't know.
I'm in Parma, Ohio.
Yeah, I know you are. You're up by Akron, Cleveland.
Well, north of Akron, closer
Okay.
to Cleveland.
Cleveland. I knew it was
Yeah.
out there someplace.
And
That's the
she's
part of
cold too, because all of Ohio is getting cold.
Oh, really? They're in Vegas right now.
Oh,
They're warm.
Yeah.
love it.
They went out to California to see my grandson's new baby. My great grandson.
That's
Wow.
exciting.
Yeah. I haven't seen him yet, but
Aw.
and it just got. She said, I think we just needed to get away. They were having a bunch of stuff happening and stuff, and so he said, can we come see you for a couple of days? And they had already been there a week, so, and they hadn't really gone anyplace, so I figured they were okay to come, as far as COVID is concerned. So
Yeah.
it was nice. It was an unexpected visit.
Yeah, that's good. And maybe have you seen like any pictures or anything of the baby or?
Oh yeah, tons of pictures.
Okay.
It's a firstborn.
Yeah.
You don't know. The firstborn, you've got not 5 million pictures. By the time the
Yeah.
third one, she said, you never took a picture of me.
Yeah. Yep. I am the third born in my family, so I
Well,
know.
okay.
Last picture.
Yep. Way less pictures.
Oh,
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for coming. I really enjoy this class, or this session, or whatever you want to call it.
Whatever,
Yeah.
Well,
And I'm going to post a recording from Joe's multi-factor. Again, these are things that he just, kind of recommends. So if it's something that you're comfortable with trying out, go ahead and give it a shot. I'll get the recording on there. Of course, if you have questions for me, let me know. And then, as always, if there's anything else you want to cover, or anything from now till Monday, just shoot me an email and we'll get something prepared.
thank you, Kevin.
Thank you, Kevin.
okay.
Yeah, thank
And
you
we'll
guys.
see you.
Yeah, I hope you have a good weekend.
Yes,
You too. Thanks.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.